This is the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation. Sa Bagong Pilipinas.
I think this is Fulano ito. They have 16 cameras. 16 cameras para bantayan, tiyakin na yung mga bata ay ligtas at safe sila. At kung may mangyari, ay nila alam kagad ng mga teacher, alam kagad ng mga administrator.
Tonight's top stories. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. meets with the Department of Energy to assess the country's power supply. The chief executive also leads a Space Council meeting to strengthen capabilities in space science.
Minority bloc urges Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano to resign after the Senate failed to convene for 2 consecutive days.
The anti-graft court reschedules the arraignment of Senator Jinggoy Estrada to June 4.
Breaking news tonight. The House of Representatives expels Kiko Barzaga over repeated ethical violations.
And in news abroad, a fireworks factory in Malta explodes.
All these and more, here on 13 News.
Good evening, I am William Thio. We are bringing you the day's top stories that shape the country, straightforward, clear, and concise.
I'm Angela C. Under one flag with 3 mandates to inform, explain, and empower the nation. This is 13 News.
We begin tonight's newscast with the Senate minority bloc urging Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano to resign, accusing him of failing to fulfill his duties.
Cayetano has yet to respond to such call, but went live to address other issues, including the impeachment trial of VP Sara, which he assured will proceed. The full report from IBC News correspondent Patrick Cupo.
The Senate remained stalled for a second consecutive day after the majority bloc once again failed to muster a quorum, preventing the chamber from convening. With no quorum, minority senators left the plenary hall and later urged Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano to resign.
Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano should resign as he has shown that he cannot function as the leader of the Senate anymore.
The minority argued that lawmakers are being paid by taxpayers to legislate and attend sessions, stressing that the Senate cannot simply stop functioning because of political disagreements. Senator Raffy Tulfo also revealed that several members of the majority bloc may soon break ranks.
Well, hindi ko sasabihin kung sino sila. Baka mamaya malilitikan sila sa mga kasamahan nila at sa kay Alan Peter. Pero I'm sure ilan sa majority matitino pa rin pag-iisip, mababait, meron silang sense of responsibility.
Senator Risa Hontiveros also criticized Cayetano's statement that the Senate should remain quiet, arguing that the chamber must serve as the voice of the Filipino people.
Maling-mali pa yung sinabi na kahapon na let the Senate go quiet. Ang Senado ay dapat boses ng mamamayan. Bakit niya bubusalan? Kung bubusalan niya at hindi niya bibigyang daan yung boses ng Senado alang-alang sa mamamayan, talagang hindi na siya karapat-dapat mamuno dito.
The minority also rejected allegations that they were attempting to block the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's investigation into alleged flood control anomalies. Some senators even described the ongoing impasse as an act of impunity.
Hinahabol ko si Alan Peter Cayetano. Kung matapang ka, pumunta ka rito bukas. Otherwise, duwag ka.
It's actually impunity masquerading as assertion of the Senate as an independent institution. impunity ito. Sunod-sunod ang paglabag. Mula noong May 11, mula noong pagbubuo ng mga komite, mula noong kami nag-walk out dahil nga hindi kinikilala o dinidisregard, binabaliwala ang ating rules. At hanggang ngayon, hanggang kanina, hanggang kahapon,
Senate President Cayetano went live on Facebook to explain his side. Cayetano maintained that withholding a quorum was a lawful parliamentary mechanism intended to protect ongoing Senate investigations, particularly the Blue Ribbon Committee's probe into alleged flood control irregularities.
It's also a parliamentary tool to ensure na tuloy ang Blue Ribbon hearing sa Thursday. To ensure na hindi agawin ang mga committees para po matuloy ang hearing ng Blue Ribbon sa Thursday at ang iba't iba pang mga importanteng hearing sa bawat committee.
Cayetano also claimed that the issue should be viewed within the broader context of preserving the Senate's independence.
Is the Senate for truth or not? So what's important for me is we don't have a puppet or dependent Senate.
The Senate President also assured the public that the impeachment proceedings against Vice President Sara Duterte would proceed independently and without political interference.
The situation now is that we want an independent impeachment. Magaganap po yan. Walang mga scheme, sinister plot. Basta kung anong ebidensya, lalabas yung ebidensya.
Amidst this, Palace reminded senators not to abandon their mandate over such disputes.
Mahihirapan po talaga. Hindi lang mga Pangulo, kundi ang taong bayan. Apektado ang taong bayan dito. Pati po ang ekonomiya ay maapektuhan sa ingay at gulo sa Senado.
Patrick Gupo, IBC News.
The Sandiganbayan has postponed Senator Jinggoy Estrada and former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan's pre-trial and arraignment to Thursday, June 4. Tonight, Estrada's camp has requested for the hearing to be held online and for him to be allowed to attend via video conferencing. CJ Reyes has more details.
Senator Jinggoy Estrada's camp has requested that he be allowed to attend court proceedings through online video conferencing while facing graft and corruption charges. Estrada's lawyer, attorney Noel Austria, said the request would enable Estrada to participate in Senate sessions, caucuses, and committee hearings. Sandiganbayan 2nd Division Presiding Justice Geraldine Ekong sees no problem with Estrada's request, saying such setup is allowed under the rules of court. Earlier today, the Sandiganbayan reset the pre-trial and arraignment of Estrada and former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan to June 4. Estrada, accompanied by his daughter Janela, arrived from Quezon City Jail Male Dormitory, while Bonoan came from the PNP General Hospital in a wheelchair. Bonoan's blood pressure was monitored several times prior to the proceedings.
Yung cause ng high ng blood pressure niya has many multifactors, right? Siyempre, first of all, yung stress. So, the stress could trigger the increase of blood pressure.
Estrada's camp filed for an urgent motion to reset the hearing, citing the absence of a decision from the court. The senator refuted, saying he is ready for the said arraignment, which led to the motion being withdrawn by his attorney. The prosecution, however, said it did not receive a copy of Estrada's omnibus motion. With the motion unavailable and Bonoan's persisting high blood pressure, the court decided to defer the pre-trial and arraignment. CJ Reyes, IBC News.
DPWH Secretary Dizon has issued a stern warning against substandard solutions for infrastructure projects. The secretary also expressed strong disapproval of the safety measures currently in place at a road slip in Kalinga Province. IBC correspondent Victor Liantino tells us more.
The Department of Public Works and Highways continues dredging and clearing operations in Tugigaraos River and waterways under Oplan Kontrabaha, led by Secretary Vince Dizon. The effort aims not only to reduce flood levels but also shorten the time flood waters remain in the affected areas.
Alam nyo naman ang Tugigaraw, napakalaking problema nito sa baha kasi lahat ng tubig galing sa Apayao, sa Kalinga, galing sa Isabela, lahat yan bumabagsak dito sa Cagayan Valley. So yun ang sinosolve natin ngayon.
Once finished, the project will greatly benefit students, farmers, and families whose livelihoods and schooling are disrupted during heavy rains.
Yun ang kabigin-biginan ni Presidente na Bago tayo mag-isip ng mga bago, kailangan yung mga ongoing tapusin muna.
DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon did not mince words as he addressed the negligence observed during his inspection of the Babalag-Kinama-San Francisco National Road in Kalinga Province. Acting on the direct instruction of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the secretary visited the site and was immediately dismayed to find only sandbags being used as a temporary barrier for a dangerous road slip. He ordered the immediate replacement of the sandbags with proper barriers. Beyond road safety, the secretary also called out the slow pace of projects in the province, including the Layog Bridge, which has reportedly been left unfinished for nearly 5 decades. He warned that failure to complete this critical infrastructure would negatively impact the price of commodities and local economic growth. Amidst this, the DPWH is confident investigation into flood control project anomalies will proceed based on strong evidence gathered.
Dahil sa pagtutulungan ng DPWH, ng DOJ, ng Office of the Ombudsman, ng COA, nagpa-file ng sunod-sunod na kaso na ang Ombudsman ngayon. Nakita natin yan kahapon at makikita pa natin yan sa mga susunod na araw at susunod na linggo.
Victor Liantino, IBC News.
As the Brigada Escuela officially kicks off, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. joins teachers and volunteers in Navotas City. During the activity, the president did not only highlight school readiness but also puts a spotlight on student safety and measures against bullying. IBC correspondent Harley Valbuena has the story.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. personally led a storytelling for young students at Kapitbahayan Elementary School in Navotas City, marking the kickoff of the NCR Brigada Escuela. This is part of the Reading Nooks program, which ensures that schools are equipped with a complete set of books. Alongside this is the Tara Basa program, designed to address learning gaps among students, while also providing income opportunities for college students who serve as reading tutors.
Ang paradigm namin dito is matulungan yung mga nangangailangan na college students dahil sa kakulangan sa financial na makagraduate sa pamamagitan ng intervention ng cash for work.
Palagay ko mas mabilis yung progreso natin dito sa pagsugpo nitong mga suliranin.
The president also took part in painting a classroom. With the help of the Department of Labor and Employment, workers of TUPAD program were hired to lead the school's cleanup drive.
Kaya yung mga volunteer na nagpipintura, nag-aayos, nagkakabit na kung ano, ay sila naman ay nakasama sa TUPAD program para kasama sila sa Cash for Work program.
At nung Brigada Escuela, which started yesterday, ang TUPAD program ng DOLE ang nagtupondo.
President Marcos Jr. also inspected the school's CCTV network, which were installed to monitor and prevent incidents of bullying, vandalism, damage to school properties, and unauthorized entries.
I think dito sa eskwelahan na ito, they have 16 cameras para bantayan, tiyakin na yung mga bata ay ligtas at safe sila at kung may mangyari ay nila alam kagad ng mga teacher, kagad ng mga administrator.
Moreover, the president ordered the installation of free Wi-Fi in schools, especially those in remote and far-flung areas. He also visited the Binwangan Elementary School in Obando, Bulacan as part of the Brigada Escuela. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. led a meeting with the Department of Energy and other agencies to assess the country's power supply. The meeting aims to ensure stable electricity service and to improve strict power supply monitoring after the previous back-to-back power grid alerts in Luzon and Visayas. The president directs the key agencies to implement proactive steps to safeguard energy security in key regions. The president also led the 9th Philippine Space Council or PSC meeting, focusing on strengthening the country's capabilities in space science and technology. The meeting discussed key space programs such as the Multispectral Unit for Land Assessment, Constellation, and the Philippine Sovereign Geostationary Telecommunications Satellite Program. The nation's Space Council also pushes efforts to harmonize government satellite data requirements and develop orbital debris response protocols.
Expect more frequent rains this month, folks, especially in Luzon and Western Visayas, regions brought by southwest monsoon or habagat. This will also bring occasional rains over Metro Manila, Pangasinan, Zambales, Bataan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, Cavite, Occidental Mindoro, and Palawan. The rest of the country will continue to experience partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. According to Pag-asa, monsoon breaks or rain breaks that last a few days or weeks may occur. 1 to 2 tropical cyclones are also forecasted to form and enter the country this month. Meanwhile, the Department of Public Works and Highways continues to conduct cleaning and declogging operations in several parts of the country. The agency assured it is monitoring and operating 24/7 to ensure the safety of motorists this wet season. And when we come back, the House of Representatives expels Kiko Barzaga. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
So this is a good news. Good news because we're going closer to the pre-war prices.
Nakatulong na po yan sa amin po. Basta pag may pagbaba, natipid mo, may mapupunta ang iba.
Bagong Pilipinas. Mahalaga ang kapakanan ng bawat isa. Lahat ng aspeto ng lipunan pinagtutuunan ng pansin ng pamahalaan at ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Bagong Pilipinas, PBBM, Lingkod ng Bayan. Tuwing Linggo, alas 8:30 ng umaga.
With his previous suspensions, Kiko Barzaga has now been expelled from the House of Representatives. The House made the decision due to Barzaga's unethical behavior during the proceedings. IBC News correspondent Earl Tobias has more.
With an overwhelming 265 lawmakers voting in favor, Kiko Barzaga has been expelled from the institution and is no longer a congressman. House Ethics Committee Chairperson J.C. Abalos firmly stood that Barzaga had already been given multiple chances, citing 2 earlier suspension sanctions that urged Barzaga to act in accordance with the ethical conduct expected of public officials.
Una, disrupted physical demeanor, repeatedly interrupting actual plenary sessions, engaging in loud outbursts, distracting members. 2, mockery of leadership, yung pag-superimpose ng animated crocodiles over members, unauthorized and slanderous live broadcast. Kung tututukan ko po ng telepono sa harapan ng mukha mo.
Debates on the ethics recommendation to expel Barzaga were lengthy, with a few lawmakers defending him by citing his freedom of speech. But the House stood firm that Barzaga's expulsion was rightly deserved after his repeated malicious and seditious social media statements, which they said were also based on unverified information. Lawmakers also cited Barzaga's recent arrest over cyber libel complaints.
Pwedeng puro paratang na walang maayos na ebidensyang inilalatag. Hindi pwedeng gawing normal ang reckless accusation at public attacks na nakakasira sa reputasyon ng mga tao at sa kredibilidad ng mga institusyon. That kind of behavior is unbecoming of a member of a Congress.
Right after his expulsion, Barzaga said he felt well, had no regrets, and had no plans to challenge the decision of the House to kick him out.
I have no plans here.
There's still many
things to consider. But right now, mukhang magpapakasyon muna si Mingmingis.
Earlier today, NBI Director Attorney Melvin Matibag said that Barsaga should also face criminal liability for his seditious remarks.
Well, we already filed this. There's also a prayer dun sa aming complaint na proper criminal action can be undertaken also by the House Committee on Ethics. But meron siyang violation under Revised Penal Code, Article 154, publishing untrue statement. Tapos we're reviewing inciting to sedition also. And also, he can be liable under the Code of Ethics of Government Officials. Mabigat kasi nga during the time na meron na nga nangyayaring incident na may gulo, parang pinufuel mo palalo yung kaguluhan eh.
Earl Tobias, IBC News.
Rescue teams in Angeles City have recovered the 21st victim from the collapsed building believed to be an infant. The Unified Command immediately turned over the remains to the City Health Office for proper handling. Search, rescue, and clearing operations continue as responders work round the clock to find missing individuals and ensure safety at the site.
The Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR, has begun collecting quarterly royalties from large-scale metallic mining contractors and operators. The BIR said the policy ensures that mining companies contribute their fair share with revenue supporting public services and national development. To ensure compliance, the agency issued a memorandum where mining companies are required to file and pay their royalty within 60 days after each quarter. The mining companies are also required separate filing and payment for each mineral, financial, or technical assistance agreements. The TNT Tropang 5G and Barangay Ginebra will face off in a finals rematch in the PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup. Meanwhile, one of the world's chess grandmasters visits the Philippines to share some love for the fans. Josh Yusay reports.
The last dance begins as the TNT Tropang 5G and Barangay Ginebra prepare for a familiar rematch in the PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup Finals. Both teams secured semifinals victories, with TNT defeating Meralco Bolts 97-94, while Ginebra slammed Rain or Shine Elasto Painters 118-107. The finals will follow a best-of-7 format, which will start tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. The Philippines shines as the top-performing Southeast Asian nation in the 22nd Asian U20 Athletics Championships. Filipino athletes Ana Bianca Espinilla and Jericho Cadag delivered a silver and a bronze medal respectively, placing the country 13th overall. The national team is now preparing for the World U20 Athletics Championships in Oregon, USA from August 5 to 9. Meanwhile, chess world number 2 Hikaru Nakamura fascinated Filipino fans as he joined the WR Bughouse Championship in Taguig City. Nakamura was impressed with the chess skills of the Filipino players who are eager to win the 6.1 million pesos grand prize. Before the championship concluded, the chess grandmaster drew a large crowd throughout the day, signing autographs and chessboard. Josh Yusay, IBC News.
Heads up, Swifties! Global pop star Taylor Swift teases her new song for Toy Story 5. The megastar will drop her I Knew It, I Knew You single this Friday, giving fans a glimpse of what to expect on the 5th installment of Toy Story. The beloved children's film will premiere worldwide on June 17. Meanwhile, pop icon Ariana Grande gives a haunting narrative of her latest song, Hate That I Made You Love Me. Featuring horror and comedy actor Justin Long, Grande ventures into the dark nostalgia of past relationships. This is the singer's lead single off her highly anticipated album, Petal, set to drop on July 31. When we come back, tests on drug for advanced pancreatic cancer shows promising results. Don't go away. This is 13 News.
Sila ang mga hinalal ng taong bayan upang maisulong ang kaunlaran sa bayan at maiangat ang antas ng kabuhayan ng mamamayang Pilipino. Kasama si Miss Cathy Villar, ating kilalanin ang Senado ng Pilipinas tuwing Linggo alas 9:30 ng umaga.
Matagal nang mailap ang internet sa maraming lugar. May mga gurong handang magturo, mga batang puno ng pangarap, ngunit kulang sa internet connection. Kaya sa utos ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., kumilos ang Department of Information and Communications Technology at ang Department of Education para magkaroon ng internet ang mga paaralan sa mga liblib na lugar. Noong nakaraang linggo, dinayo ng Pangulo ang Island School sa Binuangan Elementary School sa Ubando, Bulacan para tingnan ang estado ng koneksyon. Nakita ng Pangulo, maayos na ang internet. May laptop at tablets na ngayon na dati mahirap makarating sa mga isla at liblib na komunidad.
Ang buong budget ng DepEd na napapakinabangan ho ng lahat ng stakeholders mula Batanes hanggang Tawi-Tawi.
Maging mga paaralan sa Basilan, dinayo ng DICT at unti-unting nagka-internet ngayon.
Kasama po namin si Secretary Henry po.
Si Sec. Asa na si mismo yata ang nagkakabit eh.
I'm Mr. President, Secretary. In Basilan, 189 schools na binigay sa aming assignment ni Seksani, 172 na yung nakakabit.
Dahil ang internet sa mga paaralan ay hindi lang basta signal, isa itong tulay para mas mapalapit ang kaalaman sa bawat silid-aralan. At sa bawat paaralang nakokonekta, may mga batang mas nabibigyan ng pag-asa.
Magkaroon lahat ng estudyante, magkaroon lahat ng guro ng kanilang kinakailangan na equipment at para maging mas maganda at mas maayos ang sistema natin sa pagtuturo.
Sa buong bansa, tuloy-tuloy ang trabaho. Isa-isang inaayos sa mga bagay na magpapagaan sa buhay ng ating mga kababayan. Para ang edukasyon ay mas maging abot kamay ng bawat batang Pilipino, anumang isla o lalawigan sa bansa.
In news abroad, peace talks between the United States and Iran are on the brink of collapse amid intensified Israeli military operations in Lebanon. Meanwhile, a fireworks factory in Malta explodes. This and other developments across the globe from Holy Bakay's report.
A sporadic blast sent shockwaves across Malta after a fireworks factory exploded. 2 residents were reportedly injured in the incident, and several establishments were damaged. Investigations into what caused the explosion continues. Lebanon has announced partial ceasefire with Israel following direct talks between U.S. President Donald Trump, Hezbollah group, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The move comes after Iran threatened to suspend peace talks with the United States over intensified attacks in Beirut. However, Netanyahu maintained that military operations in southern Lebanon will continue despite Trump's plea. The 4th round of U.S.-hosted negotiations is set today. Iran said the cessation of violence in Lebanon remains a key condition for any deal. Meanwhile, medical professionals erupted in applause after 500-person trial results showed the new experimental drug for advanced pancreatic cancer has nearly double survival rates. It's called the daraxonrasib, also known as RMC-6236, developed by Revolution Medicines. Researchers said daily oral intake of the pill reduces the risk of death by 60%. It is still being tested in earlier stage disease and with other treatments, in hopes of extending its benefit. Holy Bakay, IBC News.
The Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, or PCSO, has turned over 26.5 million pesos worth of healthcare assistance to the provincial government of Aklan. The donation includes medical equipment and 2 patient transport vehicle units aimed at improving the province's patient mobility and emergency medical response. PCSO General Manager Melquiades Robles said the initiative is part of the administration's continuous efforts in providing Filipinos accessible and quality health care. Aside from the medical equipment, the province also received its Lotto revenue shares amounting to over 363 million pesos from July to December. And here are the results of the 9 p.m. draws from the PCSO. For the Lotto 642, the winning numbers are 18, 16, 37, 13, 35, and 23, with a jackpot prize of 11,344,599 pesos and 30 centavos. For the Super Lotto 649, the winning combination is 36, 27, 5, 14, 40 and 8, with a jackpot price of 25 million pesos. For the Ultra Lotto 658, the winning combination is 39, 36, 12, 41, 4, and 20, with a jackpot price of 75 million pesos. For the 6D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 2, 9, 1, 0, 0, and 7. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 4, 2, and 6. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 20 and 22. There is no winner for the Lotto 642, Super Lotto 649, and Ultra Lotto 655. Tomorrow, a 2-day high-level ASEAN Forum on Unlocking the Silver Economy is set to start at the Philippine International Convention Center in Pasay City. The event will be hosted by the Department of Social Welfare and Development, aiming to develop policies and investments towards the aging population in the ASEAN region.
And attention to all cyclists, because tomorrow is World Bicycle Day. From its sustainability to its health benefits, the celebration is meant to shed light on the advantages of using a bicycle. William, when was the last time you rode a bike?
A long time ago, but I love biking because it's me time that actually is nice because it's it's beneficial to your health and the environment.
Nice.
And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm William Thio. This is 13 News. Good night, everyone.